What's up, sippers? Welcome back to another video. I'm your girl SelB. We have Stace and we have Tip today, and we're gonna review 19 crimes. So with this one, this is actually a partnership with Snoop Dogg. The owners did do a partnership, and this is a Cali Red 2019. So we're gonna give it a try today.
Let's get into it.
That's bold.
That.
Bold. Very bold.
I like that wording.
Very bold.
Strong.
I feel like this is more on the dry side. Previous videos we talked about those dry wines. This is one of them. On first sip, it's like she said, it was a bold hit. It was like boom. Hello. California love. It's in the building. It was very robust. It was dry, not too dry, but it was more on the dry side.
Yeah.
Definitely. I can definitely taste the 14% that it is. Definitely strong, slow sip, but still has some good flavor to it.
This is a red wine. I would definitely have, if you're out, I don't know if you've been going out, but when you're in the club and you want a red wine, this is the wine to ask for. With these notes, this red blend has a variety of like Zinfandel, grapes, Merlot, and Syrah, which would be a grape in the Shiraz red wine category. So
this is something that I probably, like I said before, I wouldn't gulp this. This is something I would sip. I would sip short sips.
Slow sips.
Yeah,
that's definitely us.
Because I feel like if you come in too hot with this, you're gonna be swaying.
Yes.
Swaying a little bit, but yeah, it's something that you wouldn't gulp. It's not one of those fast drinking type of wines. You sit back and you chill. And you know what? Not for nothing, it kind of represents Snoop a little bit. I mean, Snoop is, he laid back. Don't do too much. And that's probably what this is. It's a laid back type of feel. Not, don't come in too hot. Sip it slow.
So the notes in this wine are described as a slightly sweet, yet full and dense of fruit notes, and I would have to absolutely agree.
Yeah, and it's only in the $13 to $15 average price, so not too bad.
Again, that's a good price point because we are not trying to be too expensive. I mean, maybe you might be when you're out at, like she said before, maybe when you're out at a bar or a club, you might be trying to flex a little bit. You might splurge on a little bit of expensive wine, but when you're at home and you're kicking it with people, you're trying to stay within a good price range.
So this also pairs with different cheeses and roast beef.
Roast beast?
Yes, the roast beast. So a little bit also of a backstory with this wine is the name 19 Crimes actually comes from back in the 1700s. There were British rogues, they called them. They were accused of one of the 19 crimes that was set by, the government at the time. So if they were accused of one of these crimes, they would be sentenced to, instead of death, transported to Australia. So once they were transported to Australia, they had to live out the rest of their lives there. And that's kind of where the name comes from.
So basically they were on the scene, on the crime scene.
On the crime scene.
On the crime scene. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
Little story for y'all. So, I mean, just trying to tell you a little back. So since we speaking of fugitives and things and crimes, not necessarily a crime. Well, before we get into that, I want to shout out my guy Jordan. He has a Tired of Talking podcast. He does story time all the time there. You guys should check it out.
We'll link it in the description.
Yeah, wherever you stream podcasts, check it out. He goes into story time. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's real things that happen, real experiences. Check it out. But back to the story. So back in the day when I was younger, me and a couple of friends, a couple of girls, we were waiting to go to a carnival. It was a local carnival, and we were in the car, probably doing some stuff that we didn't have no business. Now, we're chilling in the car, police roll up, and I'm like, boom, let me do the talking. Everybody's like, oh, panicking, let me do the talking, you know, sit up straight. They come out guns drawn. For something unrelated to us. I guess something happened locally, unrelated to us, but they come to the car, roll the window down, and we're all scared, and I'm like, excuse me, officer. I'm in nursing school. I'm in nursing school, and I promise you, I am not engaged in anything. So, long story short, I talked our way out of that police activity. But I was shook. I was not. Okay. I was shook, but I was not. I kept cool. I kept my cool, and I was on my laid back tip, but I was shook. Right. Needless to say, I try to stay away from that type of activity.
Amen.
Okay.
That's all.
I must say, I have had my kind of brush with crime way back in high school. Walking home from the liquor store that we should not have been drinking from underage, and the cops rolled up, and I definitely did the talking and got away with it, and we were chill. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, moms, if you're watching, don't judge us.
Yeah, I don't think I ever told my mom that story, so
Oh, that is
y'all
definitely surprising.
I'm not gonna tell y'all, I'm saying, okay?
Right. Well, I can say mine was a little bit different. It was a regular traffic stop because I was driving. It wasn't my car, but they had this limousine tint on it, and it was a very, very nice car. So the cops saw me through, of course, the windshield, because that was the only part that, of course, wasn't tinted. And, you know, they saw this young girl in this nice car with this limousine tint, so they pulled me over. And actually, they gave me a warning, even though I wasn't on the registration, I wasn't on the insurance. They said I didn't use a turning signal or whatever. I guess they didn't care, and they let me go with a warning. So that was not typical, but I was glad it happened. And, you know, I have to say, I lucked out that day.
Yeah, they are. Cops are stickers with tint, man.
Absolutely.
Very. I had tint on my car before, but luckily I had a waiver. But that don't mean they don't follow. They'll still follow you.
Agreed. And as always, on the same lines of, please drink responsibly, and always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that little bell button at the bottom so that you always get our notifications when we drop one for you. And we'll just see you next week. Y'all have a great week.
See ya.